Great Britain is synonymous with the fifth meeting of the season for the World Series by Renault. Synonymous also with popular success because 120,000 spectators were out in force at Silverstone.
So it's a major event for us and a major opportunity to expose Renault to new customers, but also to give something back to existing customers as well. So it's a bit different for this year, for we've enlarged the merchandise section. So last year we had a couple of different sites, but we've amalgamated into one and made it a much bigger choice of merchandise. So we've got Red Bull, Lotus Renault, lots of the Formula One gear, and our aim is to sell £100,000 worth of merchandise over the 2 days. It's quite a dramatic demonstration of the electronic stability control system. People understand they have that on their car, but they don't understand how it works, and with this in a very safe, controlled environment, we can give a bit of fun, but also teach them the benefits of the system. But this time we've actually charged customers for the test drive. The customers pay £30 to take a test drive. So what we're hoping is we get a better quality, a more serious customer who actually really wants to have a go in it. And so I think over the 2 days we'll do about 350 test drives. That's part of the passion of that we can give to the owners, is that not only do they come along and they can demonstrate their cars and display them, but also they can get a go around the circuit. So only Royal Series can offer that. You know, a lap round the Grand Prix circuit of Silverstone is something everybody would enjoy.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Love it, can't wait for next year.
This is fourth time here, so keep coming back. It's really, really good fun.
The whole atmosphere is absolutely fantastic. It's a great weekend out for all the family.
Meantime, there was also plenty of sport and a great show on the menu for the UK weekend. A weekend of double headers in all categories. An illustration to begin with the Eurocup Megane Trophy, where the leader of the championship before this round, Stefano Comini, shined with his mastery and panache. The Swiss driver could have contented himself with counting the points, but to the contrary, he placed a point of honour in winning against Bas Schotthorst, his Dutch adversary, or in a duel with his teammate Niccolò Naglio. Comini clinches the victory on the Sunday and finds himself within reach of the title in the weekend's second race. Here again, despite a late start, he takes no prisoners, taking his 9th victory and finds himself crowned 2011 champion, while the Oregon team makes the wager in the team classification. Behind Comini in the provisional standings, Niccolò Naglio is second, and the Belgian David Dermont occupies third place, as well as that of the best gentleman. Carlos Sainz Jr. is off to a bad start in Formula Renault 2.0, where Robin Freins plunges into the lead and doesn't let go. Championship leader before this meeting, the Dutchman takes advantage of his opponent's mishaps to take open ground, ahead of Alex Riberas and Will Stevens on the Saturday. Fritz hammers it home the next day, taking advantage of Sainz Jr.'s problems and driver incidents in the pack of young wolves. This time ahead of Alex Lynn and Paul Lou Chatin, who were on the podium for the first time in the category. With more than 50 points lead till now, Robert Freins attacks the next events with caution, because he's the living proof that everything changes very fast in Formula Renault 2.0. The World Series by Renault again affirms itself as a major event in British and international motorsport, with the official presentation of the new Formula Renault 3.5, even better adapted to current competition demands at the highest level.
En fait, c'est une voiture qui a évolué 100% depuis 2005 pour coller.
So this car had an 100% evolution since 2005 in order to stay as close as possible to the Formula One evolutions and to the drivers' expectations. The first big evolution is, of course, the aerodynamics. We have new wings at the front, and in the back we've gained 34% of downforce. With also a DRS, a drag reduction system, as we can see in F1. This will give the drivers the opportunity to understand the system and get used to it and have more performance in general. They'll be better prepared to what is asked of a driver nowadays.
Tout ce qu'on demande à un pilote de nos jours. L'autre grosse évolution, évidemment, c'est le moteur qui développe maintenant 530.
The other main evolution is the engine, which develops now 530 horsepower, so 50 more than the previous one. The gearbox is also slightly evolved with a new paddle system. All that allowed us to improve the level of performance, also because the car's 15 kilos lighter. We have a much more efficient car.
Plus la performance, on arrive donc à une voiture bien plus performante en elle-même.
c'est vrai que la voiture est très sympa à conduire. Si on se fie au temps autour, elle va beaucoup plus vite que l'ancienne.
The car's very nice to drive. If you look at the times, it's a lot faster than the old one, which is really great for the drivers. And we also have a lot of features that give a lot of work to the drivers. For instance, the DRS, which will give more opportunities for the overtaking maneuver. The new single-seater will be in the hands of the youngest talents of Formula Renault 3.5 right from the start of the 2012 season. Jean-Éric Vergne, as seen here, is one of the symbolic images of a weekend of Formula Renault 3.5, where his main adversary in the general classification was particularly vehement. But he's not the only one. Nathaniel Berton, in this duel with the Spanish driver Albert Costa, is another one, just like Alexander Rossi and Daniel Ricciardo, who finally climb onto the podium ahead of the young American. But behind the man of the weekend, Robert Wickens, the Canadian who stood head and shoulders above the rest. It'll also be the case the next day as he starts from pole position and doesn't let anyone take the advantage. Behind him, the battle between Ricciardo and Vergne turns to the advantage of the Australian once again. The Frenchman, Nathaniel Berton, is third. A double victory for Robert Wickens that allows him to take back the lead of the championship with 34 points lead over his teammate at Carlin. The team is henceforth 2011 champion. The following Monday, the drivers take a two-day training course at Enstone in the UK at the headquarters of Lotus Renault Grand Prix in the best manner and to envisage for the next event of the season, the 17th and 18th of September, with a certain amount of confidence. It'll be in France at the Paul Ricard circuit at Le Castellet.